What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the 1894. I'm Darryl. We've got Jeremy here today for the September review. Highs, lows. Let's get into it. Right, so first up, we had Leicester away. It was a hard fought victory. I think Bernardo Silva turned up and gave a stake for our player of the season so far. And look, he may want to leave, but I think that was the match where we looked at and went, this man is different gravy. I don't think we did a review on this. We haven't done reviews of some ones on this month. So, Joe, tell us your thoughts on that match from the very little you remember of it.
The first of many 3 o'clock kickoffs we had in that month, as a lot of the games weren't televised, but, Bernardo turns up, he grabs the goal. Leicester actually had a goal in that game. It was just disallowed. Vardy was, I think, adjudged to be offside. I think that kind of set the tone as, we are still in the title race. I know Leicester probably aren't in the title race, but they are, trying to challenge for that top 4. They can throw a spanner in the works. They can, on their day, beat probably any side in the league, really, because, they have done before. So I think playing them away, especially after the Community Shield loss, where we did actually get beat by Leicester, I think, being able to beat them in the league, I would rather beat them in the league than the Community Shield. I know the Community Shield is technically a trophy, but 3 points this early on in the season is just way more important if you're going to go for the league, which we are. So, again, team performance, you set us up for the month. I can't really say much about it. I can't remember too much of it because it wasn't actually shown. All I remember was Bernardo goal, and it was very, very close.
Yeah, no, that's what it is. It's I think we're gonna look back. We're gonna look back on that match and say this was the catalyst. Be like, remember when we beat Southampton 1-0 last year? It was scrappy enough goal from midfield. We're gonna look back on that. We're gonna say that was the catalyst for our form. That we went on, we built on it, and look, that's gonna be a team of the month, building on performances. We think we only came out with one loss. We came out with a 0-0 as well, which we're very disappointed which we'll get on to. But next up was Leipzig. It was our first watch along in a while because it was our first televised match in a while. It was I'm pretty sure it was Luke's watch along debut, and it was fucking crazy. It was a fucking crazy match, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it had literally everything: own goals, red cards, a screamer or two. Just a hat trick. It had everything. And it was one of those games you sit down with. I think we called it Prime Gazprom, didn't we, Joe?
Yeah, we decided it was like a vintage Barclays. The Prime Gazprom, 9 goals. You just had absolutely everything in the game. Like you couldn't have written it. A former City player getting sent off. He had everything.
Yeah. It was a great game. I think we have reviewed that one, so we won't actually go in depth now. We said that for the ones we haven't reviewed, but it was good. It was a good little performance to be like, look, we can still push 6 past. I think I don't think we had a player who scored 2 or more goals in that game. I think it was evenly spread out between the goal scorers. And look, it's what we're going to need when we go into it. I remember Cancelo scoring as well. Just we will need we'll need all those different goal scorers who want to keep up with it, especially not playing without a striker for the big games. But then next up, me and Hugh were at this game. Fucking dire. Southampton 0-0. Before I chat about it, because I'll give a different viewpoint on it, Joe. You walk away. You talk about this one.
Yeah, because you were at the game. I actually just about made the game because I was out before this one, but I did see the game again. It was another non-televised one, as per a lot of our league games weren't even shown. But again, he was just poor. It was a pretty rotated team. Obviously, we saw Sterling up front again, which was just never ever want to see again. He did a heel to heel at one point and lost the ball. So it's just so poor. I mean, we had a winner that was disallowed because Sterling was offside. If he leaves it, Foden taps it in from his shot that he initially took, and we win 1-0. We come out, we go, okay, we might not have deserved it, but we get the win. Unfortunately, that happens. I don't particularly blame him too much because, if he's playing at a 9, any 9 in that situation goes for the ball to try and tap it in. But again, it is a bit frustrating. Walker was initially sent off and gave away a penalty, which I don't know how we got away with. I don't know how that wasn't given. I think it's pretty stonewall. Yes, he does back into him to try and win the penalty, and he goes down a bit early. But, I mean, come on. It's just, I don't know how. It's not that they've not given it and then they've overturned it sort of thing, where it's like, okay, they've seen something. They've seen enough to go, that's not a foul. They've seen enough of a mistake in the referee's judgment to go, that's a clear and obvious error by the referee, and it's actually, we should overturn this. I don't know how they've, seen enough to overrule that.
Oh, well, Rickard, I said it while we were there, because they don't show it anymore until after the decision is made. They don't show it on the screen anymore, which is fucking mental, right? But it didn't look like he got the ball at all, and he didn't get the ball. It was a red card. I couldn't believe that was. I actually genuinely couldn't believe that got overthrown. And for the goal as well, it was just, I didn't realize where we were sitting like face on towards the goal, face on to the left slightly to the goal. And I thought the header had gone in. So I was like, what are they checking this for? I was like, I came up saying Sterling offside, and I was like, how did he touch it? I thought the header went in. That's how weird it was. That's how weird the angle was for me. I thought the header went in. So we were celebrating as if something happened, but it was well offside. Couldn't believe they took, what was it, a good 3 or 4 minutes? It felt like about 10 minutes in the stadium to get that decision done. And he was miles offside. I couldn't believe they were taking so long. But it was disappointing. You can't say it didn't deserve it, though. I mean, if Southampton would have scored that penalty and gone and won it, you wouldn't have had any arguments. But there were I think there were 2 shots on target, and they were both P. Rollers or Edison, and we have conceded about 4 shots on target this year, which is mental. Like, it still shows how good our defence is. It doesn't matter if we're not getting results or not scoring goals. The defence will win you titles. I think Ferguson said that before, but it doesn't matter what he said. But that goal was sandwiched between a 9-goal thriller and a 7-goal thriller, right? So next up was Wycombe, which was a mental game, because I think our average defence age was about 12. It was a good game. Like, I enjoyed watching it, but it's another one of those where Sterling is playing against League One opposition and can't score. He was the only attacker to play that game who didn't score a goal, or I think he got an assist, but he didn't score a goal. It's just highlighting what's going wrong with him. And look, I do love him. I love him for everything he's done, but it's not going right for him this year. I know he's playing out of position, but I'm pretty sure he's on the flank for that game, and he was on the wing when he came up when he started against Southampton as well, because Torres played in the middle. Just not happening for him. But look, we're going to hope he picks up his form, but we'll stay on the Wycombe game for now. We went 1-0 down in that game. we forget about that because we ended up thumping them, but we went 1-0 down. And De Bruyne then scored, and the calmness celebration was pretty funny. But we didn't review this game, so what were your thoughts on that one, Joe?
We didn't do anything for this game, and I'm not totally surprised, because I don't think I expected as many under-23s players to play as they did, but it was practically the under-23s side. The entire defence, goalkeeper, midfield, we had Lavia making an appearance.
He's boss as well. He is lethal.
It was the front 6, the attacking 5 players, the 2 midfielders and the front 3 who were senior players. The rest of it, from the defensive midfield backwards, bar Stefan, it was all under 23. So it was a weird game. I did enjoy it though, because it was good to see the amount of talent we actually do have. Like Lavia, incredible. He could have actually got himself sent off at one point. He was on a yellow card and made another foul, and I thought he was going to get sent off. Luckily, he didn't. We saw the birth of our brand new £50 million saver left back, Wilson Esbrand, who got himself an assist. What a man. What a boy.
The Joshua Wilson Esbrand. That's what we're going to call the next podcast, the Joshua Wilson Esbrand, eventually. But then, I mean, we can just kind of go past that, can't we, Joe? We can get past that game, because then the 2 big ones came up. Well, in the lead up to Liverpool, which we're not covering in this because there's no review because it wasn't in September. Chelsea, we have a review of that. It's one of the rare ones we have reviewed this month. Brilliant, just from the start to the finish. Brilliant from City. They didn't let Chelsea have a sniff of the ball, and then they did get out of the half. They were offside because Timo Werner came on. But I couldn't have been happier after that game. I thought we were unbelievable, and it's shown when we play that full team, when we play our proper system, we beat them. We beat them 10 times out of 10 because they weren't getting a sniff. As soon as we rocked up with false 9 at the DM, you know it's over. You knew that game was over. And look, it was a statement win because we went and got the draw at Anfield as well, and it shows we are still well and truly on top of this. we are still well and truly able to win this. And look, again, I've said statement so many times. It is a statement, and I was just so happy after. But Joe, you were actually on the review, so you've said your piece. But I'll give you a little 30-second thought.
30 seconds. I did the watch along. Did the watch along by myself. The review. Total domination. It was only 1-0, but we absolutely dominated. They barely got a kick. They didn't get a shot on target. They barely got out of their own half the first half. There was a joke actually because Kante tested positive not long after that game, and someone said it was fine because he didn't get out of his own half. That's how dominant we were. They were stuck in their own half for most of that game. Again, not a single shot on target, so total domination. Rodri, that was the start of his form. He was brilliant.
What a
man. What a man. Clean sheet
never
again.
Never
doubted him. Clean sheet against title rivals, away from home. It was obviously a big statement we needed in that, triple header of away games that we had.
And what did we do?
We lost.
No,
we lost the next game.
What did we do? What did we do in that Chelsea match? What did we achieve?
We won.
We stopped the shine.
We stopped the shine.
We stopped the shine.
We actually stopped the shine.
We stopped the shine.
Oh, wow.
The shine was stopped. But then we were all, I say, dragged down there. I don't think anyone cared about this. Genuinely, on the watch along, I didn't care. We lost 2-0 to Paris. One wonder goal and one just shite defending goal, which is weird because of how good our defence has been. But that was another game we weren't bad at all in. We were actually very good in that game. We didn't play our full team. We should have scored. I know Bernardo did Eric Maxim shoot him out and then took the ball off the line. But we should have won that game, or we should have got something from that game. But again, it was sandwiched between two of the biggest games of the season, and we still have another four games left in the Champions League group. Joe?
Yeah,
we still have another 4 games left to come out on top or come second, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's still going through either way. And it was sandwiched between the double Premier League header, and I think it was the game I cared about least. So I was, honestly, if we had gone out and played 20 years, I wouldn't have cared, because I know we'll still get through that Champions League. I hope we'll still get through that Champions League group. But since it's the last one, we didn't review. We'll give it a little bit more of a segment. Joe, what did you think of the game as a whole? Go on.
We both didn't really care. We were on the watch along. You saw our reaction for the Messi goal. We were just in awe of the Messi. It was a beautiful goal. We just didn't care. We didn't care. We were just there to watch football at the end of the day. It was almost like we were a neutral because of how little the game meant in the grand scheme of things.
We weren't neutrals.
We weren't, but we watched it like we were because we just didn't care. We weren't nervous. We weren't necessarily angry when we conceded. So it was just that we conceded a scrappy goal and the goal from the best player on the planet. So, I mean, who really cares? We could still top the group because we can always play him again and beat him. Like if we really want to, we can play our full strength team and beat him because they're not a team. They're a front three. Gay had a good game. Gay had a good game. He was probably man of the match in that game. But again, it's like it's front three and that's it. They have all these superstar players, but they don't play as a team yet. So getting them early on in the group stage could actually be a blessing because they're arguably at their weakest right now as a team.
There was only one way I think playing them this month would have been, and would have been if we had played them before Leipzig, which would have still been a big task because we had Nathan Ake playing, and that's unfortunate, but I stand by it. Look, that's that. If you want to get the full review of Leipzig and Chelsea, we have them on the channel. You go look at them. They're I think the Chelsea one was about 25 minutes long, Joe. It was crazy because of how big the game was. So if you want to get an in-depth look, I think Hugh was on a couple of them. Take a look at them. He'll be back soon. We'll be back soon. We'll see you in the next one. We stopped the shine for a month.